Thanks for joining us in this overview of NavNet TZtouch2. In the next few minutes, I'll be showing you how we refine the user interface of TZtouch2 to make it the simplest NavNet yet. So go ahead, get comfortable, and let's get started. So one of the first things you'll notice is that we have changed the hardware of TZtouch2. With TZtouch we had the home button, the roto key, and the power button. But here with TZtouch2 we have just an all-glass front. What we did is refine the user interface to make it even easier to use with both multi-touch gestures and single-touch gestures. For example, you can certainly use the pinch to zoom gesture to zoom in and out of the chart. But what we've done is we've created a new zoom bar here that you can zoom in and out by moving the bar, or you can certainly tap plus or minus, and that will zoom you in and out as well. One of the new user interface features of TZtouch2 is what we call edge swiping. If you use a tablet or a smartphone, this is a feature that you should be used to using. Here, if I edge swipe from the right side in, it brings up a basic menu where I'm able to control my track, my distance, my tide information, just a small amount of information that we're able to control here. If I edge swipe from the bottom of the screen up, it brings up my layers menu. Here I'm able to control the charts, the satellite photos, overlay, even our AIS and ARPA targets. When I edge swipe from the left side, this brings up a navigation data box that I'm able to change and customize however I want to make it look. Here we have three different data boxes we can look at. This is a data, this is route, and then if we have a radar connected, we have radar controls here as well. If I go back here to the data and I want to get rid of something, I can easily just tap on it and say remove. To add something new in there is just as simple by tapping on the blank area and coming here and saying I want to add perhaps our cursor, and now we get our cursor information in there. It's as easy as that. If I want this data box to go away, I can either click on the arrow or I can swipe it away. You'll notice here in the upper right we have a status button here that will give us certain information. Here it's telling us that if we tap on that we can center our vessel. So I'll tap on that and you'll notice that the chart centers on our vessel. In the upper left we have the home button, which allows us to get into our different display options. If I tap on that, we now come into our new display mode. You'll notice that we have the menu here which gives you a few different options such as settings, your chart catalog, and even an online manual. Here we have our different options for screen displays. If you take a look at this, we've made this with real bright, bold colors and big icons so you can easily distinguish what you're looking for. Here we have a chart plotter, radar, fish finder, cameras. We even have weather and different split screens. If you want to create a new screen, it's as easy as tapping on the plus. Now you have the option of doing a single screen, a dual screen, or three-way split. I'll drag that there, and now I can drag in what I'm looking for. Here, if I want a chart plotter here, and let's say that I want a fish finder here and an instrument display here, now I have my screen. The cool thing is I can even just hot swap things and make it exactly the way I want. Once I'm finished, all I have to do is tap on the green check and it builds the display and puts it into our display options library. It's certainly easy to access the different display options by tapping on the home button, but we've made it even easier with the edge swiping. So if I edge swipe from the top down, you'll see we now have our different options for going to different displays here. I can tap on our display and it brings us right back to the chart plotter. TZtouch2 has built-in Wi-Fi capability, allowing you to connect your smartphone and your tablet to it using different applications. It also allows you to connect to online weather services, and soon we'll be having some other online services that are available. But what's really neat is it has a built-in 56-channel GPS WAAS receiver in it, and it also has an internal 5200 kilohertz, 600 watt or 1 kilowatt fish finder. This new internal fish finder has a brand new feature that we call RezBoost. And what RezBoost does is it allows you to utilize your current narrowband transducer, again a 5200 kilohertz transducer, and it increases the target resolution up to 8 times, making it much sharper and allowing you to see fish where you may not have seen it before, and hopefully bring them into the boat. One of the areas we really refined in TZtouch2 is our instruments display. You have the ability to show navigation information such as your heading and speed. We have environmental information such as temperature and sea surface temperature. We have wind. We have numeric data in large number boxes. We have the highway mode, and even your nav pilot autopilot can be controlled from your instrument display. And we even have engine information, and up to 4 engines can be displayed on the full screen instrument page. Here we have some basic navigation information shown both graphically in analog gauges and numerically in data boxes. Here we're showing some important navigation information such as speed over ground, speed through water, our heading, wind, and then we even have position data and some other numeric data here. If I want to go onto another screen, I simply swipe down, or I can swipe up at any time as well to go back. Here on this display I have my autopilot controls, my highway mode, again some more analog displays and data boxes as well. Go on to the next screen here. Here is a single engine display where I'm able to show information such as oil pressure, RPM, engine temperature, again in analog displays and in data boxes. If I go down to one more, here this is an example of showing 4 engines at one time and showing the important information that I want. Remember that all of these screens are customizable so that you're able to put whatever information you want that is necessary for you to see, and you can arrange them in any order that you want. Although it's nice having a full screen of instruments, many times you want to have the instruments along with some other information. So if we go in here and grab a page here that has the instruments in a quarter page, we'll be able to see exactly what this looks like. So we still have our chart plotter, our sounder, whatever information we want, but we also have our instruments in a nice large quarter page. Here we're showing again some analog gauges and some data boxes side by side. Again, I can swipe just like on the other page and be able to go to the next page. Here we have some wind information. On 2 different screens we have data boxes where it has different information like speed over ground and our heading, our depth, the nice big numbers. We have the highway mode that we can take a look at. Again, our autopilot control. And here we have a single engine, and we can even have up to 3 engines shown in this quarter page. Very useful instrument information in a quarter page while still giving us the chart plotter and fish finder on the screen at the same time. Again, easily navigating through with just a swipe either up or down to get to the different pages, and they're all customizable to be whatever information you want on there. NavNet TZtouch2 is fully compatible with our wide range of sensors. So if you want to add on a radar or a fish finder like our chirp fish finder or an additional GPS receiver, even a satellite compass, you can do that through the NMEA 2000 or Ethernet network. And the unit also has an NMEA 01A3 output, so if you want to interface it with some older products, you can do that as well. TZtouch2 comes in 2 different sizes of displays, a 12.1 inch and a 15.6 inch display. These units are very competitively priced, especially if you take into account that it has an internal GPS antenna and a built-in fish finder. That concludes this short overview of the NavNet TZtouch2. If you need some additional information, you can get that from our website at www.furunousa.com. Thanks for joining us.